Dale Thompson Golfing, the home of trucking golfers.
Very warm welcome to you all to my channel, to this journey of mine that I'm still on, and like I've always maintained right from the very start, when I've got my very first subscriber, I thank them so much, and I thank each and every one of you individually for recovery. What a surprise, for being with me on my journey. So yeah, here we are again. We are still here, and like I said, spread the word. Let's get some more subscribers to the channel. Pass on to your family, pass on to your friends, if they're interested. If they're golfers and they're truckers, I'm sure they'll be interested. So yeah, right, okay. Last night was, or rather this morning, last night, it was okay. It was a good run. No dramas at all. Even travelling back early in the early hours in the morning, when I got to my last pickup at Warrington, the trailer was already loaded, so I only had to put mine on the bay and then hook up and then come back, and it was just so simple. Love it when it's like that. Tonight I've got Purfleet Ashford. So I'm looking at a 13, possibly 14 hour shift, but I'm only going to stay on. Not for long. I'm not going to stay on for long, because I've got to get down there for 1 o'clock, and my sat nav saying I'm going to get there at midnight. So I won't be on for long. So that's my run tonight. I wanted to talk about a serious issue concerning work and your job. And I don't know whether anybody knows this. Statistic came out. There was a survey run. I don't know how many people were in the survey, but 85% of people are unhappy in their job. Did you know that? Be it through stress, anxiety, the job itself, management, the location, time travelling, lack of sleep, money. There's a plethora of reasons why people are unhappy in their job. For myself, I enjoy what I'm doing. I don't love it. I don't. There's aspects of the job that I do not like. For me, this is possibly the most stress-free job I've ever had in my life. I served 23 years with the army. Did 2 tours of Iraq where we were getting blown up constantly and shot at and stuff like that. You know, that can cause a bit of stress and anxiety sometimes. Mortared when you're asleep in bed. Yeah, it's not very nice. And then I come to driving trucks. Now, the only stressful thing about driving on the roads nowadays is car drivers and the influx of traffic on the roads at the moment. Roadworks, diversions, accidents. Those are they all add some kind of stress or anxiety to us drivers, but I try and shrug it off. I put the umbrella up and let it all just flow over me, because to be honest, I drive quite conservatively. Our lass says I drive like somebody driving Miss Daisy, but I don't care. I'm under the speed limit, even though I have been caught speeding before. But it's just one of those things when that happens. Slight lack of concentration, it happens. But with these trucks at the moment that we're driving, you can't go over 53 mile an hour anyway. So I'll stick at 52. It's a lot easier. I get paid by the hour, like I say. But that is quite an alarming statistic. 85% of people are not happy in their jobs, and what do they do about it? Nothing. We do nothing. We just carry on, causing more mental stress, more anxiety, more suffering, not just for ourselves but our families as well, because the families can suffer. Yeah, it's an alarming figure. And it surprises me that a lot of people don't try and do something with their lives to better it, which is why I'm going to harp on about it, which is why I went down the modern wealthy way, because it's giving me an out from this rat race. And it is a rat race. It's a race that we're never going to win. The only time we'll ever win is when we're 6 foot under or we're cremated. That is our end game. But until then, we've got to work for the rest of our lives until we retire. And then even when you retire, there's some guys here that, and probably you know some guys where you are, that are retired and they're still driving, and I just do not understand it. It's frustrating. It angers me sometimes. I know that there's people that are retired that are still working, that should be taking care of their lives, should be relaxing, should be, excuse me, getting the best years back that they lost, and fulfilling their until getting fulfillment until the end of their life. That's my own personal opinion. That's my view. If you have any views and you think it's too controversial, then please drop a comment, or drop me a comment and tell me what you dislike about your job, what job you do, why you dislike it, and whether or not there could be a change or what change you think that you could make to make your job happier or to make you happier in your job. I was reading on the internet, Wyndham Clark was saying he's the defender of the US Open that's coming up. It's starting on Thursday, playing at Pinehurst number 2, hardest course in the world apparently. And he was saying that 80% of golfers storm off because they are angry, frustrated, stressed about their game. Now, I can understand that from a professional golfer's point of view, because at the end of the day, that is their living. What they win is their paycheck at the end of the day, and if they're not making cuts, they're not getting paid, and that for anybody can be quite stressful. It can bring on a whole lot of problems when you're not getting any money. Because obviously you've got mortgages, you've got cars, you've got family, you've got to feed yourself, and so on and so on. So I can understand why these players put themselves under so much pressure that they have to make the cuts. They've got to earn money. But for us mere mortals, we have to work 9 to 5, 5 days a week, 6 days a week. I know some people that work 7 days a week, and it is just insane that these people are doing this amount of time just to just to survive. It's an ongoing thing, and it will always be an ongoing thing. But bear that in mind. That figure, 85% of people are unhappy in their job. Just let that sink in. And like I say, just leave me a comment. Tell me what your job is. Tell me whether you're happy in your job or whether you're not happy in your job. And if you're unhappy in your job, why? Why are you unhappy in your job, and what can you do to make it different? So come on, people. There's a chance here to hear some really, really good comments. And I'd love to hear them. You know mine. I like my job. I don't love it, and I don't dislike it. But there are elements of my job that I do dislike. And like I said, this is probably the most stress-free job I've ever had, and long may it continue until it doesn't. And that's when my journey will finish. So yeah, please drop me a comment. Alright guys, I've got to go because my sat nav's saying now I'm going to get there at 25 to 1, and I've got to get there for 1 o'clock. So like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Come on guys, leave me a comment, tell me something. I'd love to hear it. Take care guys.